James, right?
What?
Is your name James?
Yes.
Right, I guessed right. Okay, because I remember your brother, Johan, and he was different. So, James. Now, James, how are you today?
Pretty good. And tomorrow is my best day tomorrow.
It's your best day or your birthday?
It's not my birthday. It's a
What's
kind
your
of like
birthday?
it's kind of like a school birthday.
Oh, so it's a celebration at school. Your
Yeah, and
school's
10:30 we
founding
have
day.
we have like we can sew things or buy things,
You
and
can? And what are you going to sell?
I'm gonna sell cotton candies actually.
Ooh, okay, cotton candy. I love candy. And now I'm super hungry for candy. Thank you, James. I
Wait,
don't think we can have
when's the
fun.
time today? When is the time now?
What is the time now? The time at the moment is 2 o'clock in the afternoon over
Two
here.
two 2 o'clock. And
2 o'clock.
also, which country are you
I am from South Africa,
on?
surprisingly.
Okay, so
So
I'm from
I'm
Taiwan.
right. I know. We're like on the opposite side of the world. I think if I had to dig a tunnel straight down through the planet, I might end up in Taiwan.
I don't know because it would take a long time.
It would, but I'm a good digger.
Yeah, but your fear just gonna die out.
Right. And also, I don't think I'd be able to tunnel through the core of the
Or
planet.
when you just walking, you're gonna walk for like a year.
Yeah, right? Yes. And also, because you're in Taiwan, I'd have to swim part of the way to get there.
Yes, because there's like
Hmm.
ocean in it, and then our town is like Pacific Ocean route.
Right? Yes. So I could walk. I could walk all the way up through Africa, up through the Middle East, then across Asia,
Or
get to the.
and China you can ride an airplane, go to Taiwan.
I could, right? Although technically, I could also take an aeroplane all the way from Africa to Taiwan.
Okay, you need a Boeing 747 or Airbus A380 to get there.
Right? Yes. And I like the fact you know your aeroplanes. Ah,
I
what
know
is you?
I know
Oh,
Airbus A320, Airbus A340, Boeing 747, Boeing 777, Boeing 757, Boeing 747.
and 787, the Dreamliner.
Yeah, and also the Concorde.
Concorde. Okay, but Concorde doesn't fly anymore. It's
Yeah, because
retired.
it's too fast and also it costs a lot, and also the boom is gonna destroy the plane.
Yeah, and there was also that crash. The reason they grounded the Concorde was because of the crash in Paris in 2000 and when was it? 2006? I don't remember now. Or
2000
2009.
and no, the last flight is at 2003.
2003. Okay, so I was close. I was 3
And
years
also
out.
and also didn't what the Concorde. I searched it on Google, and the Concorde is like super fastest. When's the speed of this? It's
Right?
like it's like 2,000 and more kilometers. 2,000 and more
Yeah,
kilometers. It's like 100
it
times
would
faster than our car.
it would cruise at Mach 2.2 or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
Mach
Right?
just means like one means the one supersonic boom, and
There we
two
go.
is there's two times supersonic boom.
Exactly. Yes. So when you get to Mach 2, it's twice the speed of sound. So, yes, the pressure wave behind it is much stronger. Hmm.
I
But,
heard that there's like a fastest jet. It's like X-15, and he's like Mach 7.4, 7.4.
right? Although it wasn't actually a jet, the X 15
Or
is a
okay.
rocket.
or
It's a
5.
rocket
I say
plane.
for 5.
Mhm.
It's actually a rocket that can go to space, but it's a little bit hard to control.
Yes, it could technically get into orbit, but they don't, or they never
And also,
did.
and
With
also
it.
my favorite jet is actually the Blackbird. It has
Blackbird, so
max,
SR-71.
yeah, it's max 3.5.
Ah, yes. And again, it's another jet that doesn't fly anymore. It's been retired too.
Yeah, and also it's 3 times more faster than speed of light. No, not speed of light. Speed of light.
Okay, I was about to say speed of light.
No,
Technically, that's
no,
impossible.
I said speed of sound. Speed of sound.
Ah, you fixed
And
it.
then it's like speed of light. Your plane just gonna crash and run.
Even if you get close to the speed of light, your weight will become infinite. It will be impossible to maintain.
Or you're gonna travel to the future.
Yep. And if you crash into anything, you would destroy not just yourself. You're going to destroy a big part of space if you crash.
Oh yeah. Hey, have you ever heard of the new Buzz Lightyear? It has like super
The movie.
super not supersonic. It's like super hyper speed test. Hyper speed.
Yes,
It's almost
I
as
did.
fast. It's almost as fast as a speed of light.
Exactly. That's why his aging stopped. So everyone else got older, but he stayed the same age.
Yeah,
Right?
and he just stayed like 100 years.
Exactly. So
And his face is still the same age as before.
exactly. What do they call it? It's not time dilation. I think it is time dilation. When you're approaching the speed
My
of
friend
light.
said that it is a wormhole.
Yes.
You're going in a wormhole.
That would make it the easier way to travel. A wormhole travel is technically instant, and there wouldn't be that time dilation involved.
And
But
also something like that, the hyperspeed needs to like if it is hyperspeed and not limited, the hyperspeed will get lower. The speed will get lower
right.
because of
So
that speed. The speed will get lower very easily.
very easily, and then you're going to need to slow down because to get into hyperspeed, first you need to accelerate quite a lot to get into hyperspeed. Once you reach hyperspeed, you've got to decelerate as well.
And also you have to like stop the plane very fast because that speed is like
Right? Yes, you've got to slow down quickly, otherwise you're going to overshoot your target, overshoot where you want to land.
No, you're gonna not land at the airport that the runway. He's not gonna
No,
land.
right? And
He's
also,
gonna crash land it.
yes, I mean, if he did overshoot those deceleration rings, he probably would have continued on to another planet in that solar system.
I think he's gonna travel to like very far.
Yes. And then you'd have to slingshot around the other planet and come back.
It's like go around the sun.
Yes, like you slingshot it around the sun to pick up speed. Because you use the gravity from the sun to fling you. Like if I took you and I spun you around
Yeah,
and then flicked you out.
the first one he didn't complete it because at the bottom the fuel just
Right.
gone.
Yes, exactly. Now, going back to actual aeroplanes, have you ever been on an aeroplane?
Oh yeah, sure.
Where did you go?
I went to Japan and also I ride the Boeing 747, always Boeing 747. Now Airbus
Okay.
A380 is that you need a longer runway to do that.
Ah, okay. Now,
Oh.
747. I see you, Hyundai. I remember you.
So
Now, hi there, you had. I know with a 747, it's a very, very common plane, but it's also an older plane. They've
and
been
also
around for.
there's Air Force One, the president's plane.
Right. And that one we know is very, very safe.
Yeah.
How about Airbus A380? It's like the newest plane. Like the newest.
Not the newest.
Not the newest. The Dreamliner or the 787 is newer.
And also Airbus A380 is the largest commercial airline.
That's
passenger
true.
airline.
Yes. I mean, it has 2 full decks when you go on it.
Yeah.
You can sit up top
it
or at the bottom.
And it can carry like 800 and more people.
Exactly. If it's
Should have been
full.
8,000.
Luckily for me, when I went on an A380, it was quite empty. So I had a lot of space all to myself.
And also
Wow.
there was a bar shop.
Right? Yes, you can go to the bar. The deck up top normally has like a place where you can relax. Although,
Yeah, because
didn't
I
go up
watched
there.
the YouTube does tell about it.
Almost.
Right? And wasn't there a really rich guy in the Middle East who bought his own A380?
I don't know. And also Airbus A380, the first class is so good. It
Right, you have
it looks like a small room with like a coffee, and then the feel is like very good.
There we go. Although going in first class is super expensive.
Oh, but why do they do it on the first class?
It's better. If you go in the first class, you have more space, better food, it's more comfortable, especially if you're going on a long trip. Then
Oh
it makes
my God.
sense.
Yeah. Okay, bye, brother.
with your bubble gum.
Yeah. I was like making a very big gumball.
And
This
have
big.
you ever made a mistake making a big bubble where it's popped and gone in your hair?
Oh my
No.
God.
But in my hands, yes, definitely.
Somehow I've made one.
Like this.
Oh no. I've made one very big that popped on my face and it went in my hair, in my eyebrows, my eyelashes. It was super difficult to get out. I had to go and grab ice out of the fridge, put ice all over it to freeze it so that I could crack it out.
Wow.
For my hair, I ended up just cutting my hair.
Wow.
Bad news for that. Bad
I
news.
know, right? So try not to get it all over. Although
I only use a bubble like this big.
All right.
only that big. I was gonna say,
Okay.
bye.
I'll see you next time.
See you next time. I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
I'm pretty interesting about planes actually, and also I know that Airbus A380 it have like non-fueling to Iceland to South of Africa, South America, with non-fueling.
Non-stop, so you can fly non-stop over a long distance with it.
And also, I heard that the Airbus A380, not all the airport can carry an Airbus A380. You know why? Because you need a runway that is longer than 10,000 feet.
And not just longer; it needs to be wider as well.
Oh yes, because that plane is huge. The wind
Exactly.
is huge.
Its wingspan is very, very wide. And it's okay for landing because normally there aren't many things around runways. So it can land okay. But it comes down to taxiing when it goes towards the airport because there are lots of poles and lights. It can't fit through those areas.
Oh yeah. So the passengers have to go down first.
Yes. Then they'd have to immediately get new passengers on, turn around and take off. They wouldn't be able to taxi to the airport itself.
Oh yes.
To the terminal itself.
So they have to like put the customer down.
Yes. They'd have to get buses to come and get the people off the plane and bring buses with new people to put on.
And they just turn around and then take off again. How about the fuel? Maybe they need the fuel truck to go.
Yeah, you can get fuel trucks to come and refuel.
And also
them.
the baggage truck.
The baggage truck would have to come and pick up all the baggage on the runway, and then that takes a long time. So while that plane is busy, no other planes will be able to land or take off.
Oh yes.
Which is the bad thing because airports are busy. They always have aircraft taking off and aircraft landing all the time.
And also, I heard that the Airbus A380, the height is like almost 11 floors.
Right, yes, especially when it comes to the tail part. That tail empennage is really, really tall. I remember when I first went on one and I looked at it, I was like, wow, imagine climbing up there.
And you know what I did when I saw that? I was like, wow!
And when it comes to military planes, you mentioned the SR-71, which kind of, it's not really a military plane, it's more a spy plane from the CIA.
Yeah. That's a spy plane.
Right. What about like fighter jets? Do you like any fighter jets?
I like F-15, F-16. F-16 is like Taiwanese jet, and F-22 is very cool jet, and F-35.
And I like the way you mentioned F-15 at first, because the F-15 Strike Eagle, when I was young, when I was your age, that was my favorite aeroplane.
What?
When I was a boy, I used to love the F-15. I thought it looked cool with its twin engines. It was quite large. It was one of the fastest fighters at the time, and it had an extremely long range as well.
And also nowadays we have F-35, which is much faster.
The F-35 is not faster than an F-15.
But it looks cooler.
It does look cooler in a way. In some ways it looks cooler, but in some ways the F-15 looks cooler.
And also F-22 is very cool tail and very cool like the booster.
Yes, the nozzles, the exhaust nozzles on the tail, they're thrust vectoring, so they can move around.
And
So
also,
it gives it
I
more.
know a lot of planes.
I actually used to fly a little bit at one stage. I have a pilot's license, so
Wow.
yes. Let me see if I can find something to show you quickly.
Wow, my dad is like wow.
It's surprised as well. I want to see here quickly. I'm gonna have to do a search for
And
this.
also, how about the B-2 bomber?
I do stealth bomber.
Like,
Sorry, I just opened the wrong thing there. Let me try and see if I can find.
And also, there's a small private jet.
There are loads and loads of private jets, and I'm gonna just let me see if I can open
And
this.
there's
Okay.
few engines and looks pretty small, but it's pretty cool.
Nice. I want to open a window quickly, a picture to show you. This was when I was learning how to fly, like quite a long time ago.
Wow.
That's my son over there. And let's go back and see. Yes.
Oh my god.
It was mostly smaller aircraft, Piper aircraft.
And that is a propeller plane.
It is, right? This one is a Piper Arrow. So it's a complex single engine aircraft. It has retractable gear and you can control the propeller pitch. And that one was one that I used to enjoy flying. And I want to see if there's anything else.
And also, do you know about the Bumblebee, the smallest propeller plane? The smallest one.
Well, when it comes to the Bumblebee, there were two versions or two different planes that had the name Bumblebee. The first one was a racing plane, which had a very, very big engine and a small body with a cockpit very far back, close to the tail. And I think they only made one of them, but there was another one as well. I don't know if it was called a Bumblebee, though. I know you're talking about the smallest plane, but it has two engines.
And
right?
also, it's faster than a supercar, and it's like the same size as the normal car.
Yes, that was the Bumblebee. Yes, and it had very. its wingspan was quite small. And I remember I used to love that plane. I loved looking at that plane. I've never seen one in real life, but it is something that interests me. I always thought I wanted a remote control one like that.
Oh my god.
Let me see if there's anything else over here. No, all the other pictures are just of my house. So those are the only ones from my flying time that I can find over there. So I'm going to close that up quickly and end that sharing.
And when I was growing, I wish to be a pilot. Like I wish I can fly a commercial plane.
Wow. Well, when it comes to becoming a pilot, it's actually quite easy to become a pilot. When you turn 15 years old, you can get your student pilot license, where you can learn to fly, and you can fly by yourself if your instructor signs you off as being able to go solo. When you turn 16, you can get your private pilot's license, so you can fly your family around if you want. And when you're 17, you can get your commercial pilot license.
70?
At 17, yes, 17, you're old enough to fly. And once you have your commercial pilot license, you can start flying commercial planes. But normally, as a first officer, you still have to get your ATPL, or airline transport pilot license, to be able to fly as the captain of the
Or you have
aircraft.
to fly like a big plane. You have to be like a great pilot to do that.
Well, technically, you don't have to be a great pilot. You just have to be qualified on every type of aircraft.
Flight Simulator, I love that game, and also the ATC tower. Some ATC towers say that crash your plane into the runway. I'm like,
They did.
you want to kill your passengers?
The funniest thing is when it comes to ATC. You know, if you're listening to actual ATC, they speak very, very quickly. They're like, you know, the QNH 1013, runway 10 right in use, taxi alpha, etc. You're like, okay, all right, fine. And you're trying to write that all down while they're saying it because you have to read back to them. So I always used to have a notepad on my leg. And the minute I would listen to ATC, they would tell me things. I would make notes quickly, scribble them down, and then you'd read them back. Okay, you like read them back. Like when the tower says confirmed, you're like, yes, I succeeded. Right? And
also, I'm just gonna show you my game of Powertrain Flight Simulator. I love that game. With like, you can fly the plane very smooth, and also there's a lot of people playing that game.
Right? And do you have a nice setup for playing it? Like, do you have a proper joystick and control column, etc.?
Yes, we have everything in that game. We have
everything. Wow!
Yeah.
Awesome.
But
And
I was a bad pilot when I was first playing this game.
oh, I'm sure it takes practice. You'll get used to it.
Because I use a mouse and keyboard, and then you need to like.
Okay, that's yes. If you're using a mouse and keyboard, it's not the same as actually flying. You need to get all of the equipment so that it feels like you're really.
And you know what I practice? I just have like a smooth butter landing. So smooth I can eat butter. So smooth I can eat butter at it.
Excellent. I have to admit, when I was learning to fly, I was okay. I was good. I was good at landing. I was good at flying. And I see that I got it. I saw meeting.js, up.is, meeting.is. And there we go. And I think it failed. Did you close it?
I didn't close it.
You didn't close it. It showed for a second. Let me refresh it. Oh, wait, now I can see it. Yeah, okay, I see your British Airways.
Okay, this is the Airbus A380. Oh my god. Oh my. That's a Boeing 747. This is Airbus A380.
Awesome. I'm just gonna
And
refresh
also,
it
we
one
have
more
the
time.
let's see.
Hercules, C-130 Hercules, Hurricane, and I even see the Fokker DR1. That's one of my favorite aircraft. Very nice.
We also have military plane. You say that F-15.
F-15 is still my favorite fighter aircraft. Plane
at this.
spawn.
Look at this.
I see. It looks very, very similar
Plane.
to
That plane is big. Don't worry, we don't need the runway. The runway sucks. We don't need the runway.
So you're just gonna take off on the taxiway.
Yep. Look at this.
Right on the apron. Oh.
Look at this, dude.
I see it. You're up. Fuel. Okay, I see you going 250 something knots there for a second, and then it went blank again.
Ow.
350, 360. And you can just bounce off things.
Oh, and also it doesn't take damage in this game.
Ah. And I see the obstacles for like an air race.
Yeah, look at this.
Nice.
I can just backward fly. Look at this.
Backwards. I fly backwards.
Yeah, look at this.
So the rear view, the camera view.
Yeah, look at this. I'm flying backward and just going on. Okay.
I'm checking what it says there. And I see a lot of people are actually playing at the same time as you.
Yeah, look at this. And a lot of people are just chatting. And oh my god, that guy have an Airbus. That guy have an F-15.
Wow. So in this, can you do air-to-air combat?
Helicopter and military.
Helicopter. Oh.
I think I just crashed my plane.
I think so
Too
as well.
fast.
And it's restarting. So I wanted to find out, in that simulator, can you do air-to-air combat?
What's that?
Fighting against others. Like you can launch a missile at another aircraft, or you can shoot them down with your cannon.
No.
You think no? Maybe there might be a mod for it that will.
Oh my god, this is my favorite helicopter. Look at this.
Helicopter Chinook. Oh,
Yeah.
Chinook, you need a game pass.
Yeah, I don't have robo stamp.
Nah, it's okay. And then with the
And
small
this is the
ones.
private jet.
There, the Piper PA-28. I can fly that.
Wait. Okay, the thing.
Yep. There we go. Yes, that was what.
Let's fly.
That was what I learned to fly in.
Okay, let's fly without the runway.
Without a runway, so you're gonna take off on the taxiway A2, A3.
And look at this.
And you're up already.
Yeah. Look at
this one has retracts. Okay, so this is an arrow. This is exactly like what I showed you.
Yep. Why don't you stunts in this thing? Why do stunts?
You can, although technically we were told not to. The only thing we used to do was spins when we were training.
Yeah, I'm like flying around and annoying people. Look at that. That guy have a big plane. Big boy.
I see. Iceberg 1170.
Hi, bye.
And you just missed him. It was close, but you missed.
Yeah, that's the teacher who learned how to fly the plane.
Awesome. Wow. Okay, so you have an instructor as well. So excellent.
Yeah, look at this.
And I see.
I'm bad at stunts in this thing.
And you're down. So you definitely crashed. Now, I see we are running out of time, James. It was lovely meeting you today, and your knowledge of aeroplanes is excellent. keep that passion up, and I'm sure you'll do well becoming a pilot
Okay.
in the future.
Bye.
I'm going to say bye-bye, James, and see you next
Yeah.
time. Bye, Johan. Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Bye, guys.
Oh,